The United Kingdom in early 2026 is experiencing a period of intense political turbulence, significant public debate, and wide-ranging socio-economic developments as the Labour government, led by Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer, continues to navigate internal and external pressures. At the heart of domestic political news is ongoing scrutiny of the government's conduct and leadership, with Starmer facing a series of questions over his handling of recent controversies, including the conduct of former aides and resignations that have triggered fierce exchanges in the House of Commons, sustained criticism from opposition parties, and amplified calls from some MPs for him to step down, reflecting broader anxieties about whether his leadership can maintain public confidence amid challenging times for the British electorate. This political backdrop is compounded by the approach of the 2026 United Kingdom local elections, scheduled for 7 May 2026 across thousands of council seats and several directly elected mayors in England, making these elections one of the most consequential political events ahead of the next general election, with the Labour Party, Conservatives, Liberal Democrats, Reform UK, and Green Party all vying for influence in what analysts see as a referendum on government performance, party credibility, and shifting public priorities. Meanwhile, controversy has erupted over changes to official government branding as the Starmer government replaced the traditional designation His Majesty's Government with a simplified UK government label, igniting backlash from critics who argue that this move undermines constitutional tradition and diminishes the symbolic role of the monarchy, even as supporters frame it as a modernization effort aimed at clarity and inclusivity in official communications. At the same time, public debate over immigration and national identity remains highly charged. A high-profile commentary from Sir Jim Ratcliffe, the co-owner of a major British football club and influential industrialist, has stirred controversy by asserting that the UK has been colonized by immigrants, critiquing immigration levels and the government's policies, while suggesting that Prime Minister Starmer is too nice to make tough decisions on economic reform and population pressures, a statement that has reignited long-standing political and cultural debates about immigration, integration, and the future direction of British society. These broader tensions sit against the backdrop of ongoing anti-immigration and community protests that originated in 2025 and have continued in various forms. These demonstrations, sparked by local incidents and concerns over asylum policy implementation, have spread to multiple towns and cities across England and Wales, drawing participants from both resident groups and far-right organizations and prompting significant national discussion around border control, asylum accommodation, public safety, and government transparency, even as authorities balance law enforcement with protecting peaceful protest rights. Public policy on asylum and border enforcement has also been a focal point, with senior government officials in late 2025 arguing that illegal migration is tearing the country apart and proposing substantial overhauls to the asylum system, including controversial suggestions that refugees should wait extended periods before qualifying for permanent settlement and that regular reviews of refugee status be introduced, a suite of measures aimed at tightening asylum controls and responding to widespread public demand for tougher immigration enforcement. Alongside immigration, other widespread protests have continued in 2026, notably those by UK farmers opposing new agricultural inheritance tax laws introduced in the October 2024 budget. Since November 2024, thousands of farmers have mobilized in cities including London to express their dissatisfaction with tax policies they say threaten rural livelihoods, raising questions about the future of UK agricultural policy, rural economic stability, and the government's ability to balance fiscal reform with sectoral interests. Economically, the UK has been marked by mixed signals, with financial markets showing resilience in certain segments even as concerns about technology disruption persist. The FTSE 100 index has approached record levels driven by gains in mining, oil, and banking stocks, though wealth management firms have experienced sell-offs amid fears about artificial intelligence disrupting traditional financial services, underscoring deep uncertainties within the UK's economic landscape and investor sentiment toward technology's rapid evolution. Meanwhile, major business transactions such as Macquarie Asset Management's move to acquire full ownership of Last Mile Infrastructure, a UK fiber and multi-utility provider, highlight ongoing interest and investment in the nation's telecommunications and infrastructure sectors, signaling sustained confidence in foundational industries even amidst political and economic flux. These economic developments intersect with social concerns about cost of living pressures, public service funding, and community welfare, as residents and analysts alike assess the government's ability to implement policies that ensure sustainable growth and equitable prosperity across diverse regional and demographic groups. On foreign and defense policy, the UK has taken further steps to deepen its strategic role in global security. In contemporary geopolitics, the government has committed $204 million to join NATO's prioritized Ukraine requirements list, a U.S.-led arms purchasing initiative intended to enhance air defense for Ukraine amid ongoing Russian attacks, signaling London's continued support for Kiev and its willingness to contribute to collective Western defense efforts in Eastern Europe. This decision aligns with the broader UK foreign policy agenda, which balances commitments to NATO and transatlantic partnerships while navigating relations with other global powers and addressing domestic opinion on international engagement. These external policy choices come in a context where previous high-level engagements, such as the signing of technology and nuclear cooperation agreements between UK leadership and the United States, have underscored the importance of international collaboration on advanced technologies and defense capabilities, even as global political currents evolve. Social trends and cultural life in the UK continue to reflect resilience and renewal alongside challenges. The nation is gearing up for a vibrant cultural year with announcements like a new UK tour of the acclaimed musical Billy Elliot, set to play in London's West End in 2027, showcasing the enduring strength of the UK's creative industries and the central role of arts in national identity and tourism appeal. In addition, lifestyle and entertainment reporting highlight an exciting calendar of music festivals across the UK for 2026, attracting diverse audiences and boosting local economies, particularly in sectors still recovering from the broader economic shifts of recent years. However, societal challenges, such as the sharp rise in anti-Semitic incidents recorded in 2025, with nearly 3,700 cases reported following a deadly synagogue attack in Manchester, have brought renewed focus to issues of community cohesion, hate crime prevention, and the importance of robust social policy frameworks to protect minority groups and uphold civic harmony. Broader social discourse is also shaped by events such as the unveiling of new literary works that capture public imagination and honors bestowed upon figures like Rebecca Salter, reflecting the UK's ongoing contributions to global arts and culture, even as it grapples with internal fractures and debates about national direction. Overall, the UK's current news environment is dominated by intense political scrutiny, electoral dynamics, contested public policies, economic recalibration, social debates, and cultural vibrancy, all occurring against a backdrop of evolving international responsibilities and significant public engagement. This multifaceted landscape illustrates a nation at a crossroads, balancing tradition and change, domestic priorities, and global commitments, with widespread interest and debate across every segment of British life.